The man ain't even in office yet, and Putin out his own words, out his own mouth, that he's willing to talk to him. I'm not sure what you guys are upset about. People's lives are being lost, countries being destroyed. But you know what? That's enough talks about it. Let's see what Putin thinks about this dictator that we're supposed to have.
And what about the future president? Well, you can have any attitude toward him, because during his first iteration as president, he was dubbed as mostly a businessman, that he is not very well versed in politics, he can make a lot of mistakes, but from the outset I can tell you that his behavior when there was an attempt on his life, I was impressed. He's a courageous person. And it's not just about the hand he raised and his call to fight for their common values and ideals. Of course, there was a rush of adrenaline, but a person shows their true color in these emergencies. And this is precisely one of those cases, and I think he acquitted himself admirably in a valiant fashion as a man. As far as politics is concerned, I don't know, during his first presidency, I don't know whether he's going to hear that, but I think I'm going to say that regardless. I think he was harassed by everyone on all sides, bullied. He was afraid of making a step to the left or to the right, saying the wrong thing. I don't know what's going to happen right now during his new presidency, because this is going to be his last presidency. Whatever he does, it's up to him to decide. But what he's been saying publicly up until now, I would be loath to comment on what was said during the electoral campaign, because, that was a deliberate thing to fight for votes. But regardless, what he said about his desire to rebuild relations with Russia, to facilitate an end to the Ukrainian crisis, I think this deserves attention at the very least, and I would like to take this opportunity to offer my congratulations on his election as President of the United States. As I said before, we're going to work with any head of state that is going to garner the trust of the American people, and this is what's going to happen in practice. And if he does what he has been promising, before the inauguration, if he makes a phone call, if he says, Vladimir, let's meet, I don't think it would be beneath me to call him myself. I
have to pause the video on that. Putin sounds more American than a lot of Americans. I don't know how this man that people saying that he's such a horrible person. Now, granted, I'm not sure, but I know he ain't no angel. But for him to talk about Trump in such a high esteem way, because real recognize real, real recognizes real. Even if the person may not be of the high moral character that we would want, but real to recognize real. Especially when he mentioned about Trump getting shot and then him getting up and the way that he's acting. Most people reveal themselves when they're squeezed or when they're agitated to the point. Trump has been so squeezed and pushed into so many different directions. They tried to sue him, they tried to kill him, they smear his name, they do all type of evil things. And it's a shame that it takes the Russian prime minister or whatever his full position is. He sounds more American than most Americans.
Simply not doing that because, at a certain point, the European Western leaders were calling almost every week, and then they stopped all of a sudden, and you see we're still healthy, very well, we're developing. If anyone among them wants to rebuild contacts, as I said, we have nothing against that. We're always open. We will rebuild these contacts and have a sincere discussion. But so far, there are many people who want to engage in a discussion. They are here in this room. So you're willing to talk to Trump? Yes, we are.
This man say he willing to talk to Trump, and Trump isn't in office yet. Now, I don't know what else to say. Putin sounds more American than most Americans. He actually saw what he went through. I guess after seeing him get shot and seeing him get up and shake his fist and saying, fight, fight, fight. Some men are just built different. Some men are just built different. You know, I want to believe that I would do that, but to be honest, I'm not sure if I would even do that. But just even seeing the picture and just even thinking back about how he was reacting that day after seeing him go down and watching the video and seeing him get up, blood coming down his ear, and he's saying fight, fight, fight. And then to have the Russian president say that's an admirable thing, and the Russian president talking about how everything was stacked against him, and then he's saying that is admirable, and on top of that he's saying he's willing to talk to Trump about stopping the war. How can you be mad at that? How can you be mad at that? If you see something that's wrong with that, I'm not sure what's wrong with you. You may be deceived and more un-American than you possibly think. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.